I Will Always Find You by Mental Ice 3327. The pine-scented air turned frigid as the campfire died down, leaving Lily, Colton, and Jackson huddled in their tent in the deep mountain wilderness. They'd heard the local legends about missing hikers, dismissing them as campfire tales, but the unsettling silence of the forest felt heavy tonight. Suddenly, Colton sat bolt upright. "Did you guys hear that?" A faint, distorted cry echoed through the trees. It sounded eerily like their friend Jackson yelling, "Help! Over here!" "Jax?" Lily whispered, her heart pounding. "But he's right here." Jackson's face was pale in the moonlight filtering through the tent flap. "That's not me." The cry came again, closer, this time a perfect, desperate imitation of Jackson's voice. Colton scrambled for the lantern, the beam cutting through the darkness. Outside, the snap of a heavy branch broke the silence. The friends unzipped the tent just enough to look out, the lantern light spilling onto the forest floor. The blood drained from Alara's face. 20 feet away, a creature stood frozen in the light. Its pale, translucent skin shimmered like wet porcelain, stretched taut over a frame of unnatural angles. It had a long, equine-like face with matted black horns curling from its brow, and a mouth full of needle-sharp teeth that seemed to grin in the darkness. It was on all fours, its long, powerful front legs propping its bulk high, while its stunted back legs seemed almost useless, giving it a gruesome, loping posture. Its eyes, milky and ancient, fixed on them with terrifying hunger. It let out another sound, an awful, gurgling mimicry of a human laugh. "Run!" Colton screamed, grabbing the car keys. They scrambled from the tent, leaving everything behind. The creature didn't move immediately. It watched them stumble toward their SUV. Then, with a speed that defied its awkward shape, it lunged into a charge. Its long front legs propelled it in massive, silent bounds over roots and rocks. They reached the SUV, fumbling with the locks. The creature was 10 feet away, a spectral blur of pale white skin and horns. Lily dove into the passenger seat as Colton wrenched the driver's door open. Jackson scrambled into the back as the engine roared to life. Colton slammed on the gas, tearing down the narrow dirt road, the creature's sharp claws scraping uselessly against the bumper before they sped out of reach. The drive down the mountain was a blur of adrenaline and fear. They didn't stop until they reached Lily's house in the suburbs hours later. The familiar street lights and quiet neighborhood felt like a salvation. "We're safe," Jackson finally whispered. Leaning against the kitchen counter, the three of them exhausted and shaking. "It can't find us here." Lily breathed a sigh of relief and opened the refrigerator, the fluorescent light a comforting normalcy. She reached for a water bottle, took a sip, and shut her eyes for a moment, the tension beginning to ease from her shoulders. Then she opened her eyes and wished she hadn't. From the hallway leading to the living room, a long black horn tipped slightly into the light. A low growl rumbled, deep and inhuman, before being replaced by a final, perfect imitation of Colton's voice singing out menacingly. "I found you. You can run, and you can hide, but it will be useless. I will always find you." They turned as one. "What are you?" Colton screamed. The creature smiled as it said in a mocking tone, "I am the monster in your dreams. I am in the shadow in the dark, and I am hungry." In the shadows of the living room, the creature stood on its two long front legs, towering in the domestic space. Its milky eyes burned with pure anger. The pale skin of its long face stretched into a snarl as it lunged towards them, its sharp teeth glinting in the kitchen light.